Garbage collectors in the capital Sana'a in green uniforms, distinguished by their dark skin, they are the untouchables of Yemen. They are known as the Akhdam, an Arabic name for servants. They prefer to be called the marginalized ones, a caste languishing at Yemen's lowest social order. This is where they live, in slums on the edge of the city. This is where 6 families live together in the complete absence of basic living conditions. There's a growing sense among these people that there's nothing they can do to change the pervasive culture of prejudice and discrimination. Ali Mahdi shows the dark and poorly furnished room where he lives with his wife and children. In the rainy seasons, it floods, and during the horrid heat, life becomes impossible.
My message to the world is please help us. We are all sick because of the filth and dirt and severe poverty. This is not a decent life. We are Muslims like all Yemenis. We deserve a better life than this.
Nu'man is an activist. He has been fighting for years to improve the rights of his own people. Inspired by the American civil rights leader Martin Luther King, he is urging skeptics to show patience in the fight against stigma.
Now let me stop here and point out the fact that although Black Americans are very active against racism, we need to be more active. We need to be far more active. And it's too bad, if you ask me, it's too bad that we lost touch of our hoodoo roots. Because we actually need to be using hoodoo against these racists, no matter what color they are. We need to be doing rituals and whatever and use divine power to destroy these people. Every one of these racists in this country and all over the world, in my opinion, needs to die. Y'all asses, y'all need to have heart attacks. I don't care what happens to you. You need to be struck by lightning. You're a bunch of racist, evil devils, and you don't deserve to live. Unfortunately, society props y'all evil asses up, and especially here in the United States. So they are actively recruiting these vile, dirty, racist Arabs from all over the Arab world, and we need to pay close attention to it. This was especially seen in the Democratic Party with Kamala Harris. A bunch of you goofy Negroes running around here calling her black, calling her a sister. Slap yourself. She comes from a racist country that to this day has a racist caste system. I'm sick of you ass-kissing Negroes. Y'all cannot be a part of progress here. These racists are a serious problem. Many of you work with these vile, disgusting degenerates. And you know how they're always trying to plot against the black workers. Now at my job, it is especially racist. In the office where you have management and all the people with the degrees, there's a bunch of whites. That's where most of the white supremacists are. And they use the Arabs to have leadership positions on the work floor. The racist Arabs then are constantly antagonizing the black workers, lying on the black workers, discriminating, constantly launching these attacks against the black workers, and the white racist management never does anything. Y'all need to act. Stop accepting this BS, because trust and believe, these racist supervisors, these Arabic racist team leaders, trust and believe, they are always in management, in the management office, trying to get y'all fired, trying to get y'all in trouble. They are constantly in HR trying to get y'all fired. And you got to fight fire with fire. I stay in HR, and I'm going to eventually build a lawsuit. See, when you start to file lawsuits and win, That's when they'll start getting some act right.
The only way to eliminate the stereotypes is to take action. The Akdam have to understand that it is they who have to fight for their rights. We are Yemenis. The Constitution gives us the right to own a house.
Now, I'm showing Yemen because that's where this vile, racist, disgusting Arab at my job is from. And all the blacks that work there are ignorant about this dude's homeland. Anytime I find out where these racist Arabs are from, I check their homeland. But at this point, it's no reason to, because all of those Arabic countries over there are racist. And most of them, if not all of them, have an active caste system to this day, where if you're black, the only jobs you can expect to get is collecting trash or sweeping the road, the pavement. You got to get the lowest possible jobs available. And you also have a bunch of coons, a bunch of Arabs who have dark skin, but they're so cooned out that they are sort of embraced by the upper class. I recently did a video talking about the racism that's going on down there in Cincinnati. And we all know what the deal is down there. You have this racist, degenerate Russian. He was bigger than the average sized man. Let's start there. And that is why he felt so emboldened and brave. That's on top of probably wanting a green card and trying to provoke people. A racist Russian degenerate went out there launching attacks against the blacks, verbal attacks, kicking people's cars, vandalizing people's property, which is a form of attack. He went out there just attacking black people until eventually somebody stepped to him and checked him. And what did he do? He went from being verbally violent, he went from attacking people's property to launching physical attacks. And the racist, white supremacist media projected this vile dirtbag devil as a victim. Projected him as a victim. And they allowed him to flee back to Russia. And they proceeded to project the American citizens, all because they're black, project them as the perpetrator, as the villains, as the criminals, and they continue to. This is overt, open, in-your-face racism that we see not only from that Cincinnati incident, but that we have been seeing here recently for a while. Right now, what they are doing, these white supremacists, is they are trying to create a more openly racist America. They're trying to go back to their roots, go back to the way it was after slavery ended, under Jim Crow. I don't know why more people don't see this. They're just itching and dying to go back to being open racist, and that's what they have been doing right in your face. And how these tap dancing coons can put a stamp of approval on this is beyond me. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of this. This is an Ohio trustee at a township meeting down there in Cincinnati. Listen to this.
A shot of those and put them in front of each of the trustees. Could you look at each of those cameras and read the two statements that you posted?
I read them.
Could you read them to the audience?
And I already said what I said.
So David Michael Young from the top. You want to read that?
I'm not denying I said it.
Why won't you read it now?
Please?
Why won't you read it now?
Why should I read it? If you're
I think that you're embarrassed.
You
I
can
think you're
challenge that
embarrassed
all
for
you
me.
want. You can challenge that all you want, Mr. Fisher. There's no need to see it. If anyone wants to read it, it's right here. If you want to read it, it's on social media.
Is there a reason why you won't read
Okay.
it? Under David Michael Young, the first comment that you made is,
My first comment was
starting with word 10.
10 on 1.
Keep going.
Is not, and I don't have the word spelled right.
Keep going.
It's called okay? That was the same
I'm
when I
sorry,
was
can
growing
you,
up.
can you say it a little slower?
I said it, okay?
What is it?
Mr. Fisher, my second statement. Since they have the problem, and they will always have the problem with their black citizens, they're animals, not all. I said,
Called them animals. And then he said, not all. So basically you're saying that black Americans, it's a sort of like a contradiction. All groups have a degenerate class. There's a percentage of every group that are a bunch of degenerates. The difference is that they don't view their degenerate class as degenerates. Only the degenerate class of blacks are viewed and treated like true degenerates. And as always, he called them animals and he called them niggas. And he's an old racist. And as always, when you confront them about it, they resort to lying. These are the biggest liars in the world. Bar none. The biggest liars in the world. Let me share a quick story with y'all. I have a job where I work in logistics. And I unload trucks for a living. I'm a clerk. I am a shipping and receiving clerk. I work the docks for a living. I have an office. I have a desk. I spend half my day on the computer and half of my day on a forklift. Okay? Now, generally, it takes around 2.5, sometimes 3 hours to do a single truck. And this is a particular type of truck. I showed up at work. And when I got there, there was 2 trucks in the docks. I go inside and my coworkers had already started on the truck that showed up first. The policy is that you work on whichever truck shows up first. The truck that they had already started on is not our primary truck. Our primary truck has dozens of suppliers. The other trucks only have one supplier, meaning only one company sends product on those trucks. On our primary trucks, there are multiple companies sending different parts from multiple companies. They started on the secondary trucks, the trucks with only a single supplier. So the primary truck had to wait until we finished the other truck that showed up first. And that truck takes about an hour to an hour and a half to complete. And when I got there, they had just started on the single truck. So after I got there, I took over. No help. I was working by myself. I took over and I finished that truck. I removed everything from the dock, and then I immediately started working on the primary truck. And again, that truck takes 2.5, sometimes 3 hours to fully complete. And I finished the first one, and I started working on the primary truck. And as I'm working on the primary truck, another primary truck shows up. Follow me now. I'm working on the big truck, the difficult truck. And as I'm working on it, another one shows up. So as soon as it showed up, the truck driver came in, gave me his paperwork. I sent an email asking for help. I'm like, hey, we got a third truck here. We got two primary trucks here at the same time. It would be nice if someone would help to clear off the dock while I finish the paperwork. And they told me this. They said, hey, if you need help, just ask. If you need help, just ask. So that's what I did. I didn't get a response until the next day. And I got a response from that vile, Arab, racist, degenerate piece of garbage. Do you know what he said in his response? He attacked me. Remember, all I did was ask for help. Just like they instructed me, just like management instructed me to do. And in response, he attacked me, saying, hey, it took you 5 hours to do that truck. You were working on that truck for 5 to 6 hours. I left at such and such time. And when I left, you were still working on that truck. Just out of nowhere. Right? Now, do you see the problem with that? He told management that I was working on the primary truck for 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours. Do you see the problem with that? Immediately, when he sent that email, management said, hey, it shouldn't have taken that long. I'm going to have somebody out there timing you, watching you. Basically, we're about to humiliate you. All because this vile Arabic racist piece of trash lied. The manager said, hey, it shouldn't have taken this long. We're about to time you. Do y'all see the problem with that? Exactly. This dirty, racist, Arabic devil, he failed to tell them that I did an entire full truck prior to working on the primary truck. He completely left that out. And because you see, they were contacted by the company of the primary truck. And they complained. They said, hey, our truck has been there for 5 hours, 5-6 hours. What happened? What's going on? And this racist Arab then told them that I was working on that one primary truck for some 5 to 6 hours, and he refused to tell management that I had did an entire different truck before I started on the primary truck. Those little type of lying, deceptive tactics. And guess what else happened? The manager is an Arab. And he immediately acted on what he said. He immediately acted on that false accusation. Immediately. He didn't ask me what happened or nothing. He didn't talk to me about it at all. He just immediately sent the email and believed his buddy, fellow racist Arabic team leader. So when I got back, I reported them to HR. I reported both of them. The manager and the team leader that lied. And the crazy part is, we got cameras all over. We got cameras everywhere. I don't have to lie. You can just pull up the cameras and you can see that I wasn't lying. I reported them to HR. They sent the manager out to talk to me, the Arabic manager out to talk to me. And he tried to lie about it. He tried to pretend like he just spontaneously wanted to time me, which is nonsense. That's one of the most pathetic lies he could have came up with. Like it was just some random idea. No, dude, you responded to that email within minutes. He came out trying to pretend like, oh, well, you know, a couple months ago, I talked about timing you and timing you. I'm like, cut the BS, dude. You did that in response to the lie, that accusation from your racist Arabic buddy. And I called him out. And this is the manager. I said this on the production floor in front of multiple co-workers. He couldn't say nothing. In fact, I had other managers agreeing with me as I was laying this stuff out. This is why they hate me at my job. You had to agree with what I was saying. And then today I confronted the Arabic team leader. I said, why'd you lie on me? You lied. And of course, he tried to lie as well. Do you know what he tried to say? He tried to tell me that there were not 2 trucks there. His only argument, his only defense was, no, there was only 1 truck here. There was not 2 trucks here. I'm like, you idiot. We got cameras everywhere. I'm not going to argue with you about it. All we got to do is pull up the cameras and see whether or not there were 2 trucks here. You idiot. And these racists are allowed to run amok in there. And that's exactly why they're about to end up getting sued. Because this is a pattern at my workplace. And I don't know how many of you experience the same, but if you do, and I'm pretty sure many of you are going through the same type of thing at your job, you get these racist Arabs up in here, and the white supremacists hide behind the racist Arabs. They allow these racist Arabs to run amok, to attack the black workers. And understand, these racist Arabs, they're more primitive in their racism. They're more overt, out in the open with their racism. And that is what the white supremacists love about them. So they sit and allow these racist Arabs to attack the black people. And I'm telling black Americans, every time you see something like this, first of all, make sure you have irrefutable evidence. It has to be a rock solid evidence, and you go straight to HR with it. Record your interaction with HR on your phone. And you make sure that if this is a pattern, make sure you have evidence that it's a pattern and you have a lawsuit. Understand that many of these lawyers who file lawsuits for workplace harassment, for things like that, there's another one, not workplace harassment, creating a hostile work environment. Many of these lawyers will work your case free of charge, and they'll only get paid if you win your lawsuit. And that's the thing. Many of these lawyers, they know right away whether or not they have a case and that whether or not they're going to end up suing this company. All you have to do is provide the lawyers with the adequate evidence. At the very least, we need to start filing lawsuits against these companies. One thing that we cannot afford to do is allow racism to permeate in our workspaces where we work, because that will be the ground for overt racism, a reinstitution of overt racism. If they can get away with it at the workplace, it's a wrap. And that is exactly where we need to bury it. Because once they start getting sued, they're going to be forced to get some act right. That is when they're going to replace these racist Arabs with professionals. Do not sit there and allow yourselves to be discriminated against or attacked. In many ways, these Arabs are worse than these white supremacists. And like I said, I wish the worst for all of them. I hate racists. I hate them. I hate their guts. I hate evil people, period. And y'all need to start saying the same thing. Stop with all this love nonsense. Devils and evil people don't deserve to be loved. They deserve to be hated and destroyed. And I hate all of you, and I wish the worst for you. I hope you have a flipping heart attack, and you lucky that we as FBA have lost touch to our hoodoo roots. And don't get cute or sassy, because we might re-establish our roots. And let me lead the pack. We're going to be performing ceremonies every single day in hopes that y'all racist degenerates drop dead.